On his 48th birthday, Tony Dungy stood on the visitor's sideline in Tampa Bay, trailing 35-14 with 4 minutes left. What happened next may become known as the defining moment in Peyton Manning's career. But for Tony Dungy, it was a pretty awesome birthday present.
Homecomings can be awkward. So imagine how Tony Dungy must have felt returning to Tampa in 2003. He spent the previous 6 seasons turning the Bucs into a contender. Now, a year after he was fired, Dungy was back as head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, facing his former team on Monday Night Football.
The spotlight was obviously on him leading into his return to Tampa, but his emphasis was that it was just another game, and after we go in there and win, don't act like we've never done it before, just act like it was another regular game. And he really downplayed the whole Dungy Bowl.
I hate to spoil Dungy's homecoming. Oh, yeah, for sure. Without a question. I'm going to try to spoil his birthday and his homecoming.
We were undefeated at the time, and I thought that should be the storyline. I knew we were going to need a great effort, so I really tried to concentrate on the Bucs and how we have to beat them and not worry about all the other stuff. We had a lot of incentive just to play well on that big stage, and the fact we were undefeated, we wanted to stay undefeated.
Adding to the intrigue was that after Dungy was fired, the Bucs won a Super Bowl. John Gruden's intensity was credited with taking Tampa Bay to the next level and making Raymond James Stadium a frightful place to visit.
It's an intimidating place to play. It's extremely loud, and couldn't repeat all the nice things that the fans were saying to me coming out of the tunnel. It was Monday Night Football, which is a game that you always want to play well in. It was a chance to play the defending Super Bowl champs, which makes it even a bigger game.
In a battle between 2 of the NFL's top defenses, the Bucs landed the first blow.
Johnson, a deep drop, dropping, looking, has protection, throws it downfield as far as he can. Open receiver, McCardell makes the catch at the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brad Johnson to Keenan McCardell. It's 7-0 Bucs.
In the first quarter, the Bucs proved they were both explosive and opportunistic.
They had a one-play touchdown where we blew a coverage that made it 7. Then we intercept the ball. We've got it. Now I'm thinking, all right, we got a chance to tie it up.
Intercepted by the Colts, Mike Doss. He's at the 50. He runs to the far side, gets away, lost the football. They're gonna score. They're gonna score.
And before you can even stop thinking, McCardell's in the end zone. It's 14-0.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Until it's early, but that might be the nuttiest play of the game.
You gotta be kidding me on that last touchdown. It goes like that sometimes, you know?
Though fortune had turned against them, the Colts would not surrender.
You guys got a good team, man. Really, y'all do. No, seriously, it's early. No, I know, but you got a good team. You do.
Indianapolis, nothing.
In the second quarter, the defending world champions poured it on.
Brad Johnson dropping, looking, firing to the left. Caught! Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Reggie Barlow.
Now it's 21-0, and it's just like, I can't believe this is happening. All of a sudden, all your fears are there. We don't want to get into a game where they can just tee off on us, and all of a sudden we were there.
21-0. It's over for me.
Tampa Bay's top-ranked defense dominated the Colts' offense. In the first half, Indianapolis gained only 86 yards and never crossed midfield. By halftime, it looked like an easy night's work for the Bucs.
So much for the great Peyton Manning. I mean, I know it ain't over, but...
At halftime, once again, Tony just kind of pointed out to the facts. He said, hey, Tampa's playing well. We'll give them that, but we are helping them a bunch.
Coach Dungy never panicked. You know, he just, like you said, told us, you know, we played poorly the first 30 minutes, but the good thing about it, we don't have to wait till next Sunday to play well. We got 30 more minutes today.
We were 21 down, but we were getting the ball to start the second half.
You have to try to get plays that are going to make longer yardage. You have to take some chances on getting the ball down deep, because when you're down 3 touchdowns and time becomes a factor, somewhere along the line you have to pick up big chunks of yards.
On their first series of the second half, the Colts finally found a crease in the Bucs defense.
He throws, touchdown Marvin!
3rd and 2 and ran a little kind of a pump and go to Marvin and scored quick, 21-7, and boom, hey, we're 2 scores out of it. They go down and answer with a long drive, and they hit McCardell in the corner. And then at 28-7, you're going, maybe it's just not going to happen.
And those cannons never sounded better.
And after 3 quarters, the Colts' prospects never looked bleaker.
Well, not a happy birthday for Tony Dungy so far. There's still a quarter to go, but boy, you've got to have a fantastic comeback now. The league is replete with any number of comebacks like this, but I don't think many of them were against the Tampa defense.
No, not in their house.
The Colts began the 4th quarter with a 75-yard touchdown drive. At the time, it seemed like nothing more than an attempt to salvage a measure of pride.
12:15 left to go. Tampa leading 28-7. You can't waste too much time. Got to get it in the end zone. And the handoff is to Ricky Williams. Touchdown! And with 12:01 to go, it's Tampa Bay 28, the Colts 14.
The Bucs were unable to move against an energized Colts defense. But all that did was put the NFL's top-ranked defense back on the field.
Now it's sack time. The Bucs haven't recorded a sack in this game. String of 63 in a row is in jeopardy. Manning has been sacked just 3 times this year. Lines up in the gun from the 7-yard line. He stands around the 3. Max protection. Here's the snap. Here comes pressure. Upside. He's sacked at the 3, and the streak is alive. Spun around like a rag doll.
From their own 11-yard line and with time running out, the shaken Colts appeared beaten.
Dropping, Peyton Manning under pressure. Manning, he goes upfield. It is picked off. And intercepted Robbie Barber. To the 20, to the 15, Barber. To the 10, Barber. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Robbie Barber.
Sack and the interception on the same series. This one was not going to go our way from the second series.
Y'all was going to get him eventually.
No, he should have gotten in the bus and headed home. 35-14, 4 minutes to go. This is when tons of, I can't tell you how many people told me after the fact how many TVs were turned off at that point.
Bucs are going to beat the Colts with 5:09 to go.
Anybody that tells you I knew we had them right where we wanted them is a lie.
5:09 to go. Colts will get it back. But now it doesn't matter much. High end over end kick headed toward the goal line. Pyatt goes back about 2 yards. He's going to run it out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Breaks to the outside. He may go 50, 45, 40. He's being chased. 35, 30, 25, 20. Horse collar it knocked down at the 13.
It was a big spark to give us a chance to finish the game. I don't think we were even really thinking about, hey, we're going to win this ball game at that point. But what it did, they had just gone up 21 points, and to have any chance, you got to score fast.
On 4th and 1 from the 3-yard line, James Mungro punched it in and pulled the score to 35-21.
3:37 to go. You know there'll be an onside kick here.
We still need 2 scores, so you got to onside kick it because we got to score twice.
Here they go, and he'll just try to pooch it high into the air. And the Colts have it. Adrice Bashir. Bashir went up to get it, and now the Colts have the ball at their own 42-yard line. The onside kick works, and the Colts still with a fighting chance here.
Once we got the onside kick, I kind of perked up, and everybody on the offense just said, now wait a minute here. It's 35-21. We go down and score here. We can make it real interesting here.
They got to go 58 yards and score here real quick.
And now you feel like, just maybe, hey, we're there. If we can score quick again, we've got a shot.
Manning out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Steps up. He throws. Caught by Ricky Williams at the 28-yard line.
But after inching to the Bucs' 28-yard line, the Colts nearly ran out of downs.
They stopped us a couple times. Got to a 4th and 6, which, like I said, we don't get it, it's over.
It's 4th and 7. You got to go for it with 2:36 to go.
But I think we caught Tampa in a situation where they were kind of thinking, okay, let's don't let them get the first down.
But they're 1 of 1 on 4th downs, and it's 4th and 7. Manning out of the shotgun with 2:36 to go. Takes the snap. Drops, looks, sets, throws to Marvin. Touchdown again!
It's probably one of the better throws I've made in a long time, and considering who it's against, it kind of makes it extra special. Here's Derek Brooks, who's, I think, the best linebacker in the game. Marvin takes a perfect angle right by Brooks, and that ball just goes right over Brooks's hand, right in Marvin in stride for the touchdown.
That's the record.
Right.
They now are the fourth most prolific scoring combination in NFL history. 64 touchdowns. Peyton Manning to Marvin Harrison. And with 2:29 to go, it's Indianapolis trailing Tampa Bay 35-28.
You really were in disbelief as to what was going on. I mean, as it gets down to the crunch, you realize, you know what, that we could tie this game, and overtime certainly was a realistic possibility.
Because we only had one timeout, we tried the next onside kick. Mike made a great kick, bounced it to Derek Brooks, and he juggled it. And when that ball was on the ground, I'm thinking, hey, we're going to get it. And we did have it. And somehow we lost it in there, and they end up with the ball. So that was disappointing, because now, you know, you've kind of played that trump card and it didn't quite work.
But Tampa's got it at the Colt 45. Now all they have to do is kill the clock here.
That would be easier said than done. Indianapolis stopped 3 straight running plays, but after using their final timeout, they needed help to stop the clock.
Quick pitch to Stecker trying to get outside. The Colts knock him down. Back at the 47, but they can't stop the clock.
And so now you're watching the clock. You're going, gosh, we can just get this clock stopped. So it's like 2:10, 2:09, 2:08, 2:07. You're watching. All of a sudden you hear a whistle, and you're like, you know, why is there a whistle? You see the yellow flag, and it's a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on one of their offensive linemen. We got the clock stopped at 2:04.
Tampa penalized 15 yards back to the 38-yard line of the Buccaneers for a personal foul. It is 3rd down and 27.
Okay, on 3rd down, they run another play, 2-minute warning. So now it's 4th down, they got a punt.
The Colts were now battling the Bucs and history, because no team had ever overcome a 3-touchdown deficit in the final 4 minutes and won the game.
So the Colts have got 1 minute and 41 seconds, no timeouts, and 85 yards to go. It doesn't look like it's possible, but this is the National Football League.
That's right.
So you just don't know.
This is how you build a legacy right here. This is a 4th quarter comeback that is unlikely as any you've ever seen in this league. Down 21 points here in the 4th quarter.
It comes down to the game of football. It's a game of players. Players make plays, and players win games for you.
Crowd yelling defense. Manning takes the snap. Pressure coming, throws it upfield, and he's caught by Troy Walters. Squeezes it out across the 25 for the 1st down.
There's a flag. There's a flag thrown in the backfield. They're going to be roughing the passer, and 15 to it, Johnny Greer.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Minute and 28, there's an eternity left.
Manning wasn't the #1 pick of the draft in '98 for nothing. And he's trying to engineer a come-from-behind victory here at Raymond James Stadium. A touchdown ties it.
Looks, throws it down for Marvin Harrison. He's got it to 20, 15, 10, 5-yard line.
You see the cornerback. He was kind of reading the play. He's not really guarding Marvin man-to-man, but he's kind of looking in, thinking, I'm going to throw underneath, and he just dips his shoulder in just for a little bit, which is all you need for Marvin to go by it. And so I just threw it, as far as I could almost, and got down to the floor.
And the ball is 1st and goal at the 5-yard line with 1 minute and 14 seconds to go. Might have to spike it.
After a big play like that, sometimes the worst thing you can do to a defense is give them a chance to huddle up and kind of get settled. And Tom Moore was hollering to spike it into the ground, and I kind of, sort of like a pitcher shaking off the catcher, and I kind of went, let's don't spike it, because if we're going to spike it, we give them a chance to huddle. They can get their breath. They can organize a blitz. The best thing we did right then was we ran 2 plays right in a row.
It's 1st down and goal from the 6. Here's the snap. Handoff on a cutback counter play to the 3 to the 1-yard line. Time still ticking. 53. They have no timeouts. It's 2nd down and goal. One running back, Ricky Williams, hands the ball up. Touchdown, Colts.
It's 35-34.
The Colts have come back from the dead. That pony was ready for the glue factory until the 4th quarter.
Playing on the road against the Super Bowl champs, Indianapolis had staged a stunning rally.
Half the ball is down, the kick is up. We're tied 35-35 with 35.
Now, this epic struggle would be decided in overtime.
The fourth quarter has been a nightmare for the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense.
All right, I've got hands and tails. Who's going to call it? Call it because tails. He calls tails. It is a hands. Tampa wants the ball.
With both teams fighting exhaustion, overtime offered the Bucs the first opportunity to win the game. But when the drive stalled, a Colts mistake gave Tampa Bay one more chance.
4th down and 2. Here's the snap. He got the punt away. Rolled into it. Here comes a flag. The punt's going to bounce at the 10. It'll be new life for the Bucs, and Tom Tupa was rolled into.
The Bucs were unable to capitalize on their good fortune, giving the Colts a chance to rewrite history.
If you get down there and you get a chance to stick a mic in with Peyton Manning, I got to hear what he has to say about this one.
Right before we got on the field, I kind of told the lineman and told the Tom Moore, and it kind of hit me too. We were kind of laughing. I said, hey guys, believe it or not, all we need is a field goal to win this game. And everybody it was kind of a little piece there, because before, at 35-14, you're like, we have to score. You have to score now. So like, yeah, all we need is a field goal. And it was kind of like, this shouldn't be as hard.
And the red-hot Colt offense is ready and willing and jumping up and down and dancing, and they can't wait to get back to work. Does the Buccaneer defense have enough gas left? The #1 defense in the National Football League.
By now, the Colts had all the momentum, and Tampa Bay could do nothing to stop them.
We had to make 3 big 3rd down conversions in that drive.
3rd down, 6. Colts have to reach the 23. Moving left, heading toward the pirate ship. 5 minutes into overtime.
Throws upfield. Marvin with a catch and a 1st down.
The next one, I think, was a 3rd and 11. We went to Reggie Wayne.
3rd down, 11. Colts have to reach the 35.
Pressure. Gotta have pressure.
Throws upfield. Reggie Wayne with a catch at the 40.
The drive began back at the 13. And the Colts are almost in field goal range now.
Peyton was he was in a zone at this point. So even if it was 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, we didn't really care because we felt like we were going to convert them.
We'll bring up 3rd down and 6, but Manning has been uncanny on 3rd down.
We got one more to Troy Walters, and that really put us in range. And at that point, Mike hadn't missed a kick all year. We're pretty confident we're going to win the game.
You can hear the crowd get very quiet because they know the league's best, the most accurate kicker in the National Football League, the best ever, who has not missed a field goal this year, is trying to help Tony Dungy celebrate his birthday. And it comes down to a 40-yard field goal attempt by Mike Vanderjagt. Here's the kick. It's a floater. It's a floater. It's a floater. It's ball goal.
We got a flag, though.
There's a flag down. There is a flag down. Now, what is this?
When it went wide, I was in shock like everyone else. And then I saw the flag out there, and I could tell the way it was going that it wasn't on us.
The Colts are saying it's on the Bucs.
So all of a sudden you see the unsportsmanlike conduct, and I'm like, there it is, and you hear the word leaping. I still can hear Johnny Greer saying that.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 97, defense, leaping. Leaping. And I know the Bucs players are real frustrated about it, but the fact is, it is a rule.
On the play, Simeon Rice ran forward and jumped in an attempt to block the kick. But when he inadvertently landed on one of his own teammates, the official called an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for leaping. The call was just one of many improbable plot twists, but it was the one that would decide the game.
Because you're standing out there for what seemed like 10 minutes was Gruden, and everybody was complaining about the call, and the spotlight's on you still, so everybody's all fussing about the call. But in my mind, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get this ball through the uprights.
No way you can be missed 2 in a row. I would have bet my house on the first one, let alone the second one. I was like, am I going to be homeless forever?
They're going to line up, and Vanderjagt's got the kill shot from the 19-yard line. 29-yard field goal for the most accurate kicker in the league. To win it in overtime. The spot, alone with the kick airborne. It is good, just inside the right upright. And the Colts have won in overtime. Tony Dungy gets a happy birthday gift. 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Well, wasn't exactly your perfect chip shot. Matter of fact, it was partially tipped, if you see it on the replay. And it looks like the tip, believe it or not, whoever tips it kind of tips that thing right into the uprights. But it's kind of like throwing a wobbly touchdown pass. If it goes in, it's in.
God, Colts win! Colts win in overtime, 38-35 over the defending Super Bowl champions. An incredible comeback.
Based on the rules, we're fortunate to get a second chance, but I always will feel that we would have stopped them anyway. It was our game to win.
The Colts' stirring 38-35 victory ended at 1 o'clock in the morning and might have been the greatest game that nobody saw.
After the game, when you kind of take time to reflect and as you watch the film and you look at, what if this wouldn't have happened right here? There's no way we would have won. Sometimes you feel like maybe the football gods were on your side.
Leaving the field, the fans, they still ranting and raving and booing us. All I kept saying is, we're going to take that boat back to Indianapolis. So, and that's all I remember saying, we're going to take that boat back to Indianapolis.
The greatest fourth quarter comeback in NFL history reflected each team's season. The Bucs failed to defend their championship, while the Colts went on to win their division title.
Obviously, a lot of the guys that had played for me, they were as disappointed as you would expect, but I think happy for me in the long run. Derek Brooks talked to me for a while on the field after the game. John Lynch waited for me in the tunnel way after 1 o'clock in the morning, and guys that had been around for a long time. It was special. I just had the feeling the Lord was going to make it a special night and a special type of game, and it was one that nobody could have predicted. Just goes to show you can't predict how anything's going to go in the NFL.
Thanks for watching NFL Films Presents.